Hey guys, and welcome to the sixth episode of the Hungarian dairy farm project. We are here in Alsószeg, and if you look around, you can see that I've been a busy boy one of these evenings, and harvesting this barley field is going pretty well. In fact, I'm almost done, so let's get through with it real quickly. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell a few things about what's what. So the first thing that I want to tell is that I I bit the bullet and decided that I'm going to sell all the barley that I have, including the amount that I get right now. I figure it's going to be about a trailer load. It's not going to be more than that, I would say. And that is because there is a place where it's currently about 600 euros a thousand liter, and I figured I won't get too much more. I I have some vague memories from the DIY farm series that on normal economy you don't get too much more than that for barley. So actually that is a pretty good price, and I need money to keep my liquidity, because right now, as you can see, I have 62 grand and then some, and that's far from being enough. um, if I had more, say I could double this amount, then I could go for less money in loans. Yeah, practically that's what I'm aiming for with this project. I think I'm pretty safe to cut this. The prices are not moving just yet, and even if they do, I will have quite the time before it gets unfeasible or untenable. So right now we are safe regarding this one. And then once we're done with that, probably I can either go for windrowing this field, or wow, what a turn, or possibly the growth stages move and I can chop the corn finally. That would be really good. uh, I'm probably going to be a complete failure with this one, but I do have hope that it's not going to be that horrible. I'm really stoked to do that, you can tell. I'm actually very pumped to go for that already. But I cannot do that just yet because it's not ready. Like, I don't know, it was on Wednesday, I think, when the idea came. I may have told you in the previous video, I don't remember, that I was actually standing in the bus stop when the idea hit me. Yeah, I told that. And I was like, why am I not home right now? I want to do that, but I couldn't because I was in a bus stop near my workplace. That happens oftentimes. If you guys have a full-time job, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, uh, this is the plan. Of course, I already said that I want to keep a part of this as loose straw and a part of that as bales. I'm talking about the straw. This whole ordeal is happening because of the straw, if you didn't get it this far. Um, and I need it real bad. Also, I'm fairly certain that I'm not gonna get to uh, being done with the project within 10 episodes, I will go over that limit. So this is the sad truth. I'm ready to accept it, but not happy about it. Also, as you can see, the combine got pretty roughed up by the time I got to the end of this field. It's got scratches all around, the paint has gone, and it's dirty, but it's holding up pretty good. Um, I think even the header is fine still, uh, because the moment the header starts to get overused and gets to the point where you need to do standard maintenance or regular interval maintenance, it gets slower, but it consistently cuts uh, with a working speed of 10 kilometers per hour. So it's absolutely fine, dude. It holds up pretty good. Which is a good thing, because this means that I don't have to spend all my money on vehicle maintenance, and I can spend it on more meaningful things, like more machine. Yeah, because I need lots of stuff still. I still haven't decided on what sort of mower I am going for, and I somehow feel it's such a distant problem uh, that I just keep forgetting about it. That I need to sort out the the whole issue, and I need to look for um, mowers. Also, in the past few days, when I had a little spare time, that meant like 10 minutes, like, you know, browsing while sitting on the loo or something like that. Um, I was looking for tractors to loan oak, because let's be honest, I love that international harvest tractor that I have over there, but it's getting old. Like, it's got 40 hours on it, so I know I can put some 500 more, but still. And also it starts to be real small. Now my Ford is fairly new, uh, as far as work hours go, and the John Deere that I got as a sort of a barn find um, is like the most powerful tractor that I've got at the moment, and I'm not in the mood to get rid of that. So that leaves us with the International. It's not gonna happen anytime soon for two reasons. One, uh, it's still only at 40 hours, which is fine. Two, I didn't find a good replacement. And three, I don't have the money. Oh, I said I've got two reasons. Sorry, I was lying. In fact, I have four. Um, Namely that the International Harvest tractor is still just fine, except for the fact that it doesn't have the horsepower. Because, to be honest, I really don't have the implements either that would go with the increased horsepower. Like, my short-term plan is uh, to upgrade my cultivator in terms of working width, and I want to go up to 6 meters at the very least. Considering that I'm about to cultivate 3 fairly large fields over there, And while that power harrow and cedar combination worked well on the Black Mountain map with its absolutely perfect rectangular fields, uh, it won't sit well with Lone Oak, where I usually do headlands, and that combo doesn't mix with headlands. I must say that. I'm afraid. And as a matter of fact, that combo doesn't mix with anything outside the guidance steering mod. That is also called GPS now, by the way, and it's out on the official mod hub. So go get it if you haven't already. It's a mod that you can live without, but there is really no reason to if you are farming big. I wanna showcase that mod for you one of these days, by the way. I just haven't found the place. I don't even know like which are the machines that have GPS, for example on my camp farm uh, project. That is absolutely off camera. Because if you look at the other ones, neither Morvelman nor Oakfield is for GPS mod with their odd shaped fields. This map, well, there are fields that would be perfect for that kind of use, but A, I don't own those fields, and B, I don't have the kind of machinery that would allow me to use the GPS mod. Because let's be honest, I don't think Unimog U406s and Bison 1558s are two common sites equipped with GPS. Or the Zetor tractor that I'm going to get. So I would say you won't really see the guidance steering mod on this farm for a very long time. Now Kent Farm is an ideal place for that, but there I need to check out if I have anything interesting equipped with GPS, or maybe I should go forward and equip one of my combines. Also, I should get myself around to do that John Deere STS special that I wanna do over there. But that means that I should do a redrilling of the fields. So that I could meaningfully spend an episode to interesting pieces of machinery. Alright, it looks that we are done over here, which is pretty good, and it means I'm not going to do any kind of harvesting work with the combine on this map for some time. Which is good because I generally like harvesting, but it sometimes gets boring. And you just want something different. And then I usually go for grass work, and I do grass work until I get absolutely bored to death with it. And that is the point where I either feel fine to go back for harvesting jobs, or go back to harvesting jobs, or I resort to something like cultivation or anything like that. I usually um, keep actual field work at a minimum on my farms, because I'm not a huge fan of that. For some reason, I don't know why that is. How comes Rob asked me one of these days, because I told that, how comes that I like this game almost above all else in this world? It's and I don't enjoy all sorts of field work. I mean, I don't know how that is, but it is what it is. I cannot help it. I just can't. Oh, also where I am taking this one. It can be that I'm moving absolutely the wrong way. Oh, it's even better than I remembered. Grain mill. Where is it? Oh yes, of course. I need to turn around. Great. It's a good thing that we have our yard right over here, and I can do that. Now if I'm here, I think I top it up. Oh, I remember. I'm absolutely rolling the right way. I just have to make sure that I stop over here. Sorry guys, I have my beers, just one beer next to me. Oh yeah, Barley, go ahead. So it might happen that I accidentally blur, because I keep guzzling carbon dioxide all the time this evening. Originally I wasn't planning to shoot anything, but then I made up my mind, because I found that the house is empty. I am to myself. And I figured it's a great time to move with this project. Oh, hold on, I need to open the door and then the gate, but we're going to do that. Alright, I need to switch over to the trailer to be able to tip. Get ready for money rolling in, guys. Also very okay. There is this the trigger. I was a bit worried over there. Alright. Let me do a quick map. It's supposed to be about 6,600, I would say, or around that. That was just a very rough figure. A bit more than that, because actually we're doing better than that. Yeah, I mean, okay, 7 grand. I can live with that. That's cool. 7 grand a trailer load. And with about 10 trailer loads or so, that means we get the figure that I wanted. like about 60 grams in total. That's cool. That makes me extremely happy and satisfied. Oh, we have cloudy weather coming. That's not good. I hope that doesn't mean rain, because that could stall our work for quite some time. And losing time is losing money in this game, just like in real life farming. Alright, body. Yeah, yeah, we can have 10. Can we? No, no, we won't have 10. We will have like 6 and okay. Now that's not so good, but well, we take what we get, because it's still great help. I can buy like well, I think that could cover all the equipment I'm going to need for grass work. That is a mower, a tether, and a rake. All of that I can get. That's pretty good. Whoa. Okay, 7 grams one more time. This beer is good. I don't really like dark beer. That is more in the region of sweet than bitter. But this one is good. I like dark beer that is bitter. Like Guinness is a good one. I like that. It's a good take for a Friday night beer or Friday evening beer. It's not that late just yet. And the reason I'm spending this evening with Farming Simulator is that Rob is busy, which is nothing new. He's working on his project with this nice single lady. They've been devising plans and whatever for quite some time now, and every now and then they can get together and do some actual work. To the great joy of Rob's neighbors, because he's living in a flat in a block house, and that means that your neighbors are sharing walls with you, of course, and also that means that they are not too happy when you have music in the evening. I mean, you know, yeah, you're right. People generally love music, but I think you will agree when I say that I'm I'm living and breathing music in terms of enjoying it and consuming it. I'm not really musical in terms of actually doing it. But when I want music, I want it on my own terms, and when I want silence, I want silence. And you know, your neighbor playing the same segment for a song over and over again for like 1.5 hours, that's a no-no. I can understand that. But he's making it work somehow. And he tackles with his neighbors, so no worries. I think they mellow it out greatly by using headphones. 7 more grands and we are in 83. Very good. Very, very good. But the problem is that when the singer sings loudly, the singer sings loudly. There's no helping with that. That for certain parts you has to have certain techniques in mind, and they have a volume, a natural volume, which of course you can regulate in mixing, provided you're a sound mixer, a sound engineer, or you are as well versed in the topic as Rob is. And you know your sound engineering and mixing as well as he does. But still, to do the raw technique, the vocalist has to be as loud as he or she has to be, so I don't think there's help with that. And that's where the problem comes. But then again, it's also a great chance if it's Friday night and your neighbors are not at home. So yeah, they do that. And I always keep joking because oftentimes this whole project just doesn't work because either one of them is busy otherwise. And when Rob tells me about that, I always say like, dude, this way you two never going to have a headlining show in Wembley Arena. And he always laughs it off modestly. But I think secretly he would enjoy to play in Wembley Arena. And I totally understand that. Now where are we? Oh yeah, we have 90 grand. We may just get close to that 120 grand anyways. It's just that my maths is off somewhere else. That happens quite often. Oh, come on, this... Oh, dude. Why did Giants had to do that? Seriously, why on earth? Please, Giants, take these cement mixers out of the next game, please. It's just... It's no, I can't. Okay, we had a growth. Yeah. Okay, so once we're done selling the barley, I won't quit that now. Okay, it's keeping its. Also, good news. I just realized that wheat is going up everywhere, and very soon we will be able to choose a selling point for our trailer load of wheat, because I think I'm going to sell that. I don't want chicken at this point, so I don't need the wheat. So I think what's going to happen is that I finish off this episode after being done with the sale of the barley. That's like probably 2 more trailer loads. And then chopping corn is going to be episode 7. Also, it's fairly early in the day. It's good. Oh, again. It's going to be great. I hope what I had in mind will work. It would be cool. Okay, 97 grand. We're so gonna get the 120 grand. And then we are going to go for some silage. Because the cows will want it badly. I could totally do a contract over at this field, but I don't wanna. I can't. I literally just harvested 3 fields on this map. One of them is a fairly big one. I mean, don't get me wrong, that combine is very good, but it's only funny for so long working with that header. Okay, that leaves us at 15. So 15,000 liters of barley. So I would say one more turn. And it's done. It's not gonna be fully 120, but close enough, I would say. It certainly helps with our money situation. Now if I can pump out some serious money when the cows are here, that's going to be sweet. I mean, selling the milk and everything. Being able to use the natural fertilizer that they provide on my fields. That's saving money for sure. Oh dude, that was a close encounter. We're in the danger zone, man! That's a Borderlands 2 reference if you don't know, guys. Oh, once we're done with the Borderlands 3 Let's Play, that easily can be that we're done by the time this video goes online. I'm so gonna go back to the Borderlands Game of the Year Enhanced Edition Let's Play, and then I wanna do a Let's Play in Borderlands 2, and I wanna do a fresh play with the Maya character. And once we get there in the Borderlands 3 Let's Play, you will find out why. If Rob is watching this completely for whatever reason, he will know what I mean. And probably when I get there, I will explain. Also, I should totally max out one of my old gauges, macromancers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this way. And I have an awesome series in mind. Because at this point, we've been grinding Borderlands 3 with Rob for 2 weeks. Actually, yes. Today is 2 weeks since we started. Now we haven't played all evening, of course. But it's been 2 weeks since we started the adventure together as he wanted. But he always forks me over and plays it while I'm working for himself, and he spoils it for himself and stuff. But that's whatever. I don't care at this point. Alright, we have an 11. I mean, 111,000. Yeah. So he does that, and I don't care at this point. But there is one thing I tell you, because I want to tell how I feel about the game once we did a full playthrough. But at this point I'm fairly certain that while it's a pretty good game, and it's well worth the name Borderlands, or the title, it's a worthy successor to all the stuff Uh, it Borderlands 2 is still my favorite of all of the Borderlands games ever. And I don't think if there is ever going to be a Borderlands 4 or I don't know, pre-sequel 2 or anything like that, because I don't know at this point what they could do. Uh, it just won't be better than Borderlands 2 for me. And the sad part, if it's sad, I don't know, I don't find it sad, but okay, the ironic part is that I cannot give you a fully detailed and well considered answer as to why is that so. It's just like that, and that's it. Deal with it, son. Alright. So, it's off to the store, and I say goodbye right now, and see you next time when we are picking up the oh, hold on, I first have to deliver this bad boy to the field and have the loading wagon attached. Oh, I rolled over the... Okay, never mind. We reverse back and scare the shit out of that cement roller. But it deserves it anyway. I mean, drivers of the Farming Simulator 19 cement rollers all go to hell because of their sins. Change my mind. Okay, now you can see that it's the last growth stage before... Oh shoot, what's that? Oh no, that's no good. Why is that now? Please don't do this to me, horror loading wagon. Do I have to reset that? Crap. Why? Oh, why? Not that one. That one. Reset. But you know what? Then again, that saves time. Reset. Let's see. I hope it's going to work. Because if no, I'm going to cry. Please do work. Alright. Okay. Now I'm relaxed. Okay, so I think this is a nice point to stop. Oh, I don't want backing. I want to open the door and get out. And I'm gonna go and talk to the the shopkeeper or someone I can find to get the chopper ready. And see you next time. Bye bye.